Adventures on the Sword Coast, Chapter 1. Between the time when the oceans flowed around the Sea of Swords and the rise of the port of Baldar's Gate, there was an age undreamed of, and unto this, Amos the Destroyer, destined to wear the jewelled crown of his people upon a troubled brow. It is I, his chronicler, who alone can tell thee of his saga. Let me tell you of the days of high adventure. These fabled chronicles have been passed down throughout the ages of time and may not be fully accurate, but the heroes and heroines mentioned in the pages are real enough, and what matters is that they are remembered for their brave deeds and their bold adventures. The original members of the Lost Mine of Phandelver party, Fairfax Whitebeam and Zurek, have returned to Philandolin after their adventures to Wave Echo Cave, having successfully returned control of the mine to Grundrin Rockseeker. Now that the Red Brand ruffians have been removed from the town, a newly appointed protector, Sildar Hallwinter, is about to address the townsfolk with some important news. As Sildar Hallwinter makes his address in the market square, he tells of the grim news that large flying beasts have been seen in the area. This threat from above is possibly a dragon. Now that Wave Echo Cave is under reconstruction and Grundrin Rockseeker has returned to Neverwinter, it is important for the town to be prepared and make safe against imminent attack. Sildar instructs the townsfolk to build an alarm bell to warn when the dragon approaches, and requests that brave heroes should come to the town hall if they wish to help further. Sildar recognises Fairfax Whitbeam and Zurek in the crowd and bids they join him at the town hall. They notice that some new adventurers arrived in Philandolin as they make their way towards Sildar, Fairfax and Zurek. They are approached by Alexis Songblessed, Princess Lady Anastasia and Amos the Destroyer, who strides up to Zurek and stretches out his hand in a form of greeting. A short struggle of strength ensues, with Amos pulling his arm away as Zurek gets the better of him. This band of 5 heroes discuss the troubling events and agree to help Sildar for coin and favour. They are given a seal and a letter from Sildar that states they are working for the good of Philandolin. Fairfax Whitbeam is concerned that Sister Guerrelli has gone missing, as she has not been seen in Philandolin for a week. It was suggested by Sildar that she may have gone to Umbridge Hill. Fairfax wants to locate Sister Guerrelli, but realises this will have to wait until more urgent matters are attended to by the party. The party agree to travel south towards the Sword Mountains to warn the dwarf prospectors about the possible dragon threat, and then travel on to the Gnome Guard, who may have a magical weapon to defeat the dragon. They will also warn other settlers and prospectors they meet on their journey. After travelling for the remainder of the day, they come across a small farm holding that appears deserted. Princess Lady Anastasia takes the initiative and knocks on the door, but there is no reply. Zurek notices tracks to a pigsty. On further investigation, he sees 5 pigs, 2 of which are dead. While the party investigate the pigsty, Amos approaches the door and forces his way into the farm building. It appears empty. He is soon joined by Princess Lady Anastasia, Alexis Songblessed and Fairfax Whitbeam. Zurek decides to stay outside on the porch. His tall stature would be cramped inside a human dwelling. Amos and Princess burst into the 2 bedrooms on the count of 3 in order to surprise anyone that may be inside. but they are also empty. Alexis Songblessed notices some stairs going down to a cellar. On investigation, he hears voices and discovers a terrified family hiding below. The family, a man, a woman and 2 children, recall how they heard noises last night and 2 pigs were killed by something unknown, which is why they were now hiding in the cellar. They thank the party for their concern and suggest that it is getting late, they rest here for the night. Amos collects the 2 dead pigs and keeps one for himself. The other makes a great barbecue for everyone. Some coins are given to the farmers for their hospitality, food and drink. Guard watches are set for the night. As dawn breaks, 3 scarecrows start moving across the fields towards the farmhouse. Princess Lady Anastasia detects that a spell may have been cast on these creatures. Princess approaches one of the scarecrows as Zurek sounds the alarm and the rest of the party ready themselves for battle. As Alexis Songblessed casts a bless spell protect all the party members, Princess and Zurek are the first to attack the scarecrows in the left and right fields. The 3rd scarecrow makes its way towards the farmhouse and attacks Fairfax and Songblessed. Amos finally wakes up and hits the scarecrow with 2 swings of his great axe, but the damage from each blow does not seem that good against these terrifying creatures. Princess is frightened by the scarecrow, so she goes into a rage and attacks with great ferocity. Meanwhile, Fairfax makes a shocking grasp against the scarecrow near the farmhouse and then retreats out of harm's way. Zurek continues to press his attack against the scarecrow in the field as he slowly proceeds to knock the stuffing out of his opponent, literally. The scarecrow nears the farmhouse, now angered by the party, unleashes a ferocious attack on Amos, who would surely be badly wounded in such a violent assault. In a selfless act, Alexis Songblessed casts cutting words upon the scarecrow, which causes him to miss Amos, who in return gets 2 solid hits on his foe, which now looks quite damaged. As combat continues into a 3rd round, Princess Lady Anastasia gets a number of good solid hits as she continues to rage. Fairfax casts Eldritch Blast and beams of crackling energy streak towards the nearest 2 scarecrows, damaging them both. It is now the turn of Alexis Songblessed, who dispatches the injured scarecrow nearest the farmhouse with his longsword, casting Divine Smite to kill the foul creature. At the same time, Zurek finishes off a 2nd scarecrow and runs over to the final scarecrow still locked in combat with Princess. Amos runs over the field to the final scarecrow and finishes it off with a heroic critical hit that destroys what is left of this animated devil. He turns to Zurek with a wry smile as he enjoys his moment of glory and show of strength. After combat, the party checks that the farmer's family is fine as Zurek investigates the scarecrow bodies. He then leaves various items from his previous adventures to help the farmer make more scarecrows for his fields. The party continues to head south across the plains to the Sword Mountains, where the dwarf prospectors are believed to be mining. Arriving at the ruins at the base of the Sword Mountains, they enter the dwarven excavation. According to history and legend, a temple was built on this location to honour Abathor, the dwarf god of greed. During a ceremony to Abathor, there was a great landslide which covered the village and the temple, which is what appears to be what the dwarf prospectors have been mining. As they approach the mining area, the party hear voices. Alexis Songblessed and Princess Lady Anastasia recognise this as Dwarven. They can be heard talking about rations and mining. They approach the 2 dwarf miners and engage them in friendly conversation. The party informs the dwarfs that they are from Falandalin, sent by Sildar Hallwinter to warn those in the area of a possible dragon threat. It appears the dwarves are prospectors, excavating the ancient ruins. They mention of being attacked and injured by an unseen creature in the mine. Alexis Songblessed examines the wound on the injured dwarf and determines that this was caused by acid, possibly from some sort of jelly or ooze. The party agrees to explore the mine and look for the creature that could have caused this. In return, the dwarves give the party 2 sending stones that have the magical ability to carry conversation between them once per day. Alexis Songblessed casts light, and Zurek lights his trusty lamp. Then the party enters the darkened dwarven excavation via the main doors. On the left there is an old secret door that has been left open. Then through the next set of double doors it opens up into a large temple room. Fairfax Whitbeam approaches the altar at the far end of the temple. Zurek passes his lamp to Amos, who joins Fairfax so he can see the altar more clearly. Zurek notices something to the south of the temple oozing through the wall, while at the same time Fairfax sees a gelatinous substance above him on the roof of the room. Could this be what attacked the dwarf prospectors? The party readies themselves for combat.